Hi, welcome to this episode of Master Model Makers. We are here at an undisclosed location
In the Bronx.
deep in the bowels of the Bronx. We were here all month. If you don't know, my name is Bill Lappe.
John Diaz, Resin Realities.
Yes, and we're Master Model Makers. We want to send a shout out to Paul Capello, who's out west.
Hey,
And
Paulie.
Good to see you out there, champ. We couldn't get here without you. He's on another assignment. And this is our first installment since like almost a year and a half since. Wow, it's been a while.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
And what the great thing about this episode is we're here with the king.
We are here with the king, and I'm not talking about Elvis, baby. The original king, King Kong, the eighth wonder of the world, sculpted by Mick Wood. He did this 13 years ago, and I talked him into producing it as a model kit. And this was no easy task. This thing is huge. He still has a torso that I had to finish molding. And just the head and the jaw alone are about 8 pounds of resin. And that's rotocast. That's not even solid, or else forget about it. But this is the first casting out of the mold. It's going to come with some glass eyes. Still got eyelids and fangs, which I have molded. I have not casted up yet. And the torso. And it's coming your way very soon for the ultimate Kong collectors.
John and I would have loved to have made it out to Wonderfest, but other obligations prevented that.
Yes.
But we will premiere this kit at where? Jersey Fest in September.
We will be there at Jersey Fest in September.
Guaranteed.
Yes.
And let's talk about what we intend to do there. Tell me, John, what kind of problems did you have what are problems putting this big, massive head together?
Well, due to the fact that this is the largest piece I've ever molded, it requires a rotocaster, which I do have, and I was able to pick up. But even with that being said, the process involved still, thanks to Mark Brokaw, a big shout out to Mark Brokaw, the master of making molds as far as I'm concerned, gave me some advice, and I followed his advice, and I used his technique how to do these larger pieces with a shell mold and working on a rotocaster. And even with that, the casting, which you're looking at right here, is about 8 pounds of resin rotocast, but the mold itself, empty, even with the shell and everything, was still 63 pounds. So we're talking about 70-pound mold that had to be spun on a rotocaster.
It's a lot of head, boy.
It's a lot of weight, and the rotocaster I have was custom built by a guy who ended up selling it to me. He did it for a special job with horse heads, and it's two-sided, so whatever you put on one side, you have to balance that weight on the other side. So basically, this is the first time I ever used it. The rotocaster is spinning 140 pounds, and that's a lot of weight to spin. But it did the job masterfully so far, and this is what's involved. And I still got to do the torso, which is also going to be another project because it's two large pieces as well. And honestly, this piece is probably going to be around 20 to 21 pounds rotocast when it's fully complete and done. This will not be for everyone. This will not be cheap. This will be for the ultimate Kong collector, and we will be also offering it as pre-paints.
Yeah, me and John are partnering together in Jersey Fest. I'll be doing paint ups, and of course, they'll be so clean, and you'd enjoy painting them yourself.
Absolutely.
But more importantly, we're going to get them out for you because, like John said, this isn't for every collector. I mean,
No.
certain kits. I mean, there was problems. That's why it was originally done 14 years ago. You said, and
Mick had done this 13 years ago as a personal project for himself, and you know, he did it in solid Sculpey, which is like, oh my goodness, it's so heavy. The head alone was 35 pounds. I haven't actually weighed the entire thing in parts. I will do that.
now a month ago we were putting it through. I mean, we were here a month ago, and you weren't sure if you could even get this.
Yes,
It was scary.
I was concerned I'd even be able to get it molded, but I got it done. And like I said, Mick did this as a personal project. He never really intended it to be a kit. So I kind of convinced him that I convinced him before I convinced myself that I can actually do it. And he put his faith in me, and I got it done. So here we are. Now it's going to be available to all you guys instead of just sitting in his collection on his shelf.
I tell you, it's definitely the centerpiece to any Kong collection. I don't know how many you're gonna make. Hope the more the better, but it's probably going to be a limited run because this thing is heavy.
This is going to be a limited run because due to my time, which is not a lot of my own free time that I have available due to my situation, I might be able to get one complete kit done a day. The lower jaw has to be cast in the small rotocaster, The head has to be cast in a large rotocaster.
By the way, this is separate as well, right? You can take this out.
You take the jaw right out.
Right.
It's going to come with glass eyes too. So for anybody who's intimidated by painting eyes, like myself, whenever I do paint, you don't have to worry about that. The eyes just pop right in. The eyelids pop right over. You glue them in. There's no putty involved. And it's just a matter of painting the kit and not even worrying about the eyes.
Missing a couple of fangs too. Looks like me. That's my problem. I'm missing teeth.
Well, yeah. He doesn't need any denture. Just needs a couple of teeth. But we got those here laying around. They plug right in, and there'll be no problem to stick in there.
See there, our minions are heavily at work right now. My son and daughter are in the back mixing resin, and they should have it done by hopefully in September, right?
Hey, listen, if they can get it done, I'll get my kids on it too, and that'd be it. We'll get our own little crew over here and get things rolling.
I just want to say this is the first casting out of the, who knows, this might be the big one, but there is very little work you got to do on it.
I didn't clean this up at all. This is right out of the mold. So I try to design it to make the line as tight as possible. Yeah, there's a little scraping here and there to be done, so you don't have to worry about the quality. The quality is going to be right up where it needs it to be for a kid of this size.
I tell you, if you got kids at home, young kids, old kids, you can't mess this up. If you can sit down with your guys, and I'm not preaching here, but you could literally take this. I mean, I know it's a big high price tag on it, but this is like a family project. My kids are going to be hard kept away from this with a paintbrush. I'd have to, but it's big enough where they can learn how to paint. You can put it together with them.
Yeah, they can use a 2-inch paintbrush.
Right, literally. You can paint, this is like almost the Bob Ross style of painting with this thing here, but it's really, it's more...
I can't
a work of art. I want to thank you and Mick for doing it.
Oh, please.
This wouldn't have came to, if it wasn't for you and Mick, it might never have gotten done. And I think it's good for the hobby. And this caused a lot of fear for a lot of people. My brother was on Turner Classic Movies, and he described how this head was the scariest thing that he ever seen. He was a 4-year-old kid in the Bronx, and he was watching TV, and when this head, the actual King Kong head from the movie, appeared on the TV, my brother got so scared he ran under the table.
Because the native was in his mouth.
Yeah, well...
Which, by the way, might be coming.
Right. That's another thing. We have other things in store.
Yes.
But just think, this is where Ray meets her husband-to-be. I mean, so...
The close-up shot.
Right, this is it. This is you got to think, a 1933 audience seeing this big thing on the screen, eyes Googling.
With a guy in his mouth screaming.
Right, later on, and stepping on people. But this is a big to-do. So it's going to mean a lot to a lot of people, and I'm glad that I'm a part of it. I'm glad you're letting me paint a couple of these things and get them out there.
Absolutely. We'll have one for our own collections,
of
course.
This is a Master Model Makers exclusive, I guess. But... thanks for watching. You need to hit the like button. Tell your friends. We're going to be having T-shirts coming out soon.
Yep.
And we'll probably have other guests. But this is almost the premiere episode. This is a reboot.
Yes.
And thanks again. I'm off to Vegas. John, you're off to doing God's work.
I'm back off to molding and casting and God's work, yes.
So we'll see you next maybe 2-3 weeks. Over and out from Master Model Makers here in the Boogie Down Bronx. God bless.
God bless. Take care.